Back in Orleans Parish, a store owner and a suspected shoplifter got into a shootout earlier this afternoon. Bullets flew at the North Broad supermarket around 1 o'clock. Police say that suspected shoplifter was asked to leave the store several times, and the final time he returned with a gun. Police say the store owner grabbed his gun, and that's when the shooting began. The man ran out of the store uninjured. The NOPD promoted a wave of new leaders today to management positions. The force includes 13 new sergeants and 4 new lieutenants. The new leadership team will join supervisors in the field who directly oversee, manage, and lead officers every day. All new lieutenants have already completed extensive supervisor training.
It's very important that we identify the best and the brightest, Chief, to give them opportunities to lead. Just like we are cultivating and developing you in your careers, and this is a career, it's now incumbent upon you, lieutenants, to cultivate and develop your sergeants. Sergeants likewise to cultivate and develop young officers.
The NOPD currently has a class of recruits at the academy and recently graduated another. The ultimate goal is 1,500 new officers on the streets.
At a city council meeting today, council members heard from dozens of upset New Orleanians who say short-term rentals like Airbnb are running locals out of their own homes.
Others who want to keep renters out of their homes in this city believe that stricter regulations need to be set in place. Reporter Natalie He has that story.
On one hand, some New Orleanians say short-term rentals are ruining the fabric of their neighborhoods.
We are a community of neighborhoods, and we are not a commodity as much as the city seems to want to make us one, both culturally and by selling out our housing stock from underneath us.
Those against allowing short-term rentals in the city altogether say home rentals like Airbnb turn residential areas into mini hotels and party houses. That in turn drives up property values and pushes out residents who can no longer afford to live there.
This is every one of your neighborhoods being affected by this.
On the other hand, some locals say renting out their homes pads their wallets with some extra cash.
My mother and I operated basically as a business, and this is her retirement.
And also gives travelers the freedom of choice when visiting the Crescent City.
When I travel with my children, we don't want to stay in a hotel. We want to stay in a private home, and we want to rent a private home. That allows the travelers a choice. If they make the choice to stay in a short-term rental, we want the travelers to know that they're staying in a licensed, taxed, and regulated environment.
Despite fierce controversy, city council members decided Thursday to move forward with certain proposed regulations, citing home rentals as an inevitable trend that is almost impossible to ban. Natalie He, WDSU News.
So the next move will be reviewing regulations set by the City Planning Commission. No date has been determined for that yet.
Hundreds of people are filling in Walden Park today to put a light spin on the city's crumbling infrastructure. It is the first ever Cinco de Mayo party. It comes a week after 2 sinkholes opened up on Canal Street and Uptown, just 24 hours apart from each other. Now, the partygoers use today's Cinco de Mayo celebration as an opportunity to mix dancing, music, margaritas, and piñatas. The organizers of this party say the event seemed to grow online overnight.
It's indicative of New Orleans in the truest sense, where, you know, the take something that, I mean, it is a catastrophic failure of a lot of different sources, but to make it into something ridiculous and fun, well, unintentionally, but still getting the media to pay attention to what's going on there and maybe pushing things a little faster than
it seems
would
like
have moved.
The Cinco party goes until 8 o'clock tonight.
We will have a party about anything. The Kentucky Derby is certainly an extravagant affair, from the huge hats to the powerful horses, right down to the world-class food. Sports anchor Fletcher Mackel is live in Louisville now, where everyone is being served up a taste of New Orleans. Fletch?
That's right, Scott. We're going to talk more about the horse racing coming up in sports. But as you just said, since we're all from New Orleans, we love talking about food, and they have some excellent food and drinks here at the Kentucky Derby. I want to show you something before we get to the video that we shot earlier today. I'm going to step out of the way, and photographer Alvin Moore is going to show you the 6th floor of famed Churchill Downs. That is what is known as the mansion. That's where the millionaires and the celebrities are wined and dined, and they are wined and dined well. Now let's take a look at some of the video we shot earlier today. Celebrity chefs and mixologists from around the world are preparing food and drink for the richest of the rich, so to say. One of those chefs is Rick Tremonto, the co-owner of Restaurant Revolution in the French Quarter. He co-owns that restaurant with John Folse. He's cooked all over the world. He's cooked for presidents, but he's never been here to the Run for the Roses.
The one thing that was on my bucket list was the Kentucky Derby, and I never got to do it, and I was thrilled when they called.
Something for everybody. So we've got your julep, we've got the trifecta, which is more for the Manhattan type drinker, a little bit more spirited. We also did one called Valentino's Wager.
And now again, coming up in sports, we'll get back to horse racing and we'll talk about Motom in Tom's Ready. For now though, live in Louisville, Fletcher Mackel, WDSU News.
Fletcher, thanks. Port Maroney advances to the Mandeville City Council after months of back and forth, while the multi-million-dollar project is being met with some conflict. And a surprise for mothers at the New Orleans Women and Children's Shelter, how Entergy volunteers spent the day sprucing up the place and making families feel appreciated. A live look outside as we head off to break on this beautiful Thursday evening. Chief Meteorologist Margaret Orr has your full forecast ahead. Stick around. After 14 public meetings over the better part of a year, the Mandeville Planning and Zoning Commission gave a thumbs up to the proposed $180 million Port Maroney project on the lakefront. That plan now goes to the Mandeville City Council for final approval. But as North Shore reporter Heath Allen shows us, the question is, which council?
It's going to be a significant addition to our city.
Significant? Yes. Probably the most significant project in Mandeville since the opening of the Causeway. The $180 million Port Maroney project to be built on the old pre-stressed concrete site where sections of that original causeway were made. Unused now, this site for more than 3 decades.
Because it's such a huge project and because it's such a, we heard last night, I think $180 million, $200 million project, I think whichever council is going to want to get it right.
Planning and Zoning Wednesday night approved a plan including a hotel and marina, parks, shopping, and 400 housing units, a walking neighborhood concept. The plan now goes before the full Mandeville City Council for final approval. But recent elections have sent 3 new faces to the body as of July 1st. So the question, will the outgoing council, who's gotten the project to this point, get the vote, or the incoming council taking office in 2 months?
So I don't think the old council wants to get pushed too quickly and maybe vote on something without the information they need to vote on it, just like the new council would want all the information.
Well, my belief is that it will probably go to the new council. However, I do believe that the presiding council will probably want to vote on it, and so they may push it through in 2 months.
At least one outgoing member of the council says it doesn't matter which body gets the vote. With what's at stake, it's more important to get it right.
Planning and Zoning didn't rush through it, and there's no reason for this council to try to rush through it just to vote on it in the next 6 to 7 weeks. But at the same time, this current council needs to keep the discussions moving.
A lot must happen before the final vote is taken. The council may even hold public hearings as well. A special counsel could even be brought on board to assist. Key to the project, controlling traffic and density, completing the Port Maroney project without losing the charm of Old Mandeville. Heath Allen, WDSU News.
This weekend, of course, is Mother's Day, and while many may head out to a brunch or dinner, there are some families who won't have that chance. Volunteers with Entergy spent the day helping families at the New Orleans Women and Children's Shelter. Employees filled 17 baskets this morning, 1 for each family, with trinkets and other necessities inside. They also broke a sweat by fixing up the shelter's playground, planting a vegetable garden, and doing some other handiwork to spruce up the center. Volunteers say it's the least they can do to help mothers take their mind off their circumstances.
People need to have a sense of peace of mind. And so if we can help alleviate that by providing some financial support, providing some supplies that they can have on hand and not have to worry about getting, then that helps them focus on what they're here to focus on, which is to help move themselves to the next step.
Entergy also surprised the families by donating $20,000 for matched savings accounts. Send us your pictures of how you and your family are celebrating Mom this weekend. With our WDSU News app, you can upload your pictures straight from your phone to the U Local page, and your pictures may end up on TV. Well, if Sunday is anything like today, I think Mother's Day will be fantastic.
fantastic.
A winner.
Yes.
Absolutely. Wait, I want you to look out the window. It is so pretty. Look at this view, blue skies. So if you feel like getting up early, you know what's taking place. We're going to have clear skies, light winds, perfect viewing for the Ada Aquarids. That's a meteor shower. The problem is the best viewing is actually in the southern hemisphere. You still might see a few, and it's going to be such a nice morning. You may want to get up early. So as we look at what's happening, high pressure to the north, northerly flow, cool, dry air is moving in, a few clouds to our west, and then wait, look over here. We have an upper level low that may actually bring some snow to the mountains of North Carolina into Virginia. And what we have is moisture moving in, that pocket of cold air aloft. It's possible. It's happened before. There you can see too, off the coast of California, another upper level low. Now this is going to be moving eastward, and it's going to give rain, possibly some strong storms as you go into Sunday over in West Texas. Eventually it moves to our north and will give us some rain chances for next week. Then we look to the north. This is Alberta, Canada right here, and it's Fort McMurray where they have had that incredible wildfire. 80,000 people have been evacuated. The good news is it's a little bit cooler. They're getting some clouds, but it's really a very dangerous situation. There you can see how that cooler air has moved in. But all the way into the northern plains, it's warm. Temperatures in the 80s. What we have is high pressure building in. Winds are still going to be 5 to 15 miles per hour in the morning hours, but cooler, drier air is moving in so that in the morning, we're actually going to have low temperatures, upper 40s North Shore, and then upper 50s for the South Shore. Beautiful day tomorrow. High temperatures in the upper 70s with that low humidity and sunny skies. It's pretty perfect. And then for your Saturday, another nice day. We're going to be in the low 80s. As you go into Sunday, we pick up a little bit more of a southerly flow. You may see a few high clouds, not a big deal. Hey, going to the Kentucky Derby, I think the weather will cooperate. We're going to have high temperatures near 80. There is a look at that forecast model, breezy conditions and a few clouds. So chilly in the morning, a jacket early, sunny skies, a low frizz factor. I just had to put that in. The humidity is dropping, and then warmer for the weekend. David Morris said it was the golden hour this morning as the sun rose at 6:14, and those tomatoes have loved all of the sunshine and the rain we had. Ben Becknell sent that in. The Creoles are ready. The high temperature today, 80 degrees, and it was just a gorgeous day. So we can check out that forecast. 9 o'clock, upper 60s, noontime, low 70s, 3 o'clock in the mid to the upper 70s. Going into Saturday, another beautiful day, but look at these chilly morning lows. For Mother's Day, a true gift. It's really going to be pretty. Warm for